Hi, today I would like to talk about chakras, and so this has been something I've shared about for quite some time. I'm really fascinated with learning about chakras and the energy centers and how they manifest and what happens and what it looks like and how the unconscious shows us what can be in harmony and so forth. And for a long time I had stopped myself from speaking specifically about them because I felt like I needed to have a structure, or I get to talk about them one by one and really explain what they are. And what I realize is that this is ancient wisdom, that it is an everlasting journey of learning and experiencing, and the best way to learn about the chakras is to actually experience them for yourselves. All I can do is shed light on what I have perceived and what I have seen in others. I pick up a lot through language, so that's how it shows up for me. So what I'd like to do is share what comes up and let it be that, and let the journey evolve and me continue to teach as I experience them. So if this resonates with you, then you know you were meant to hear it. And if you have any questions or comments, ask me, connect with me. I am always open to connecting with different people and just sharing ideas and just connecting. I love everyone. Well, I do my best to love and come from a place of love and peace and harmony. So anyway, chakras. Okay, what are they? So energy centers, we're all energy. Everything is energy, everything's vibrating, everything is attracting and flowing, and our energy centers are in divine order. Like everything comes from divine order, sacred geometry, Archangel Metatron, Google it. So we happen to have an order, and here on this physical plane, it comes down to 7 main chakras, 7 main energy centers throughout our body, throughout the spine. They're all connected to the nervous system, all connected to different organs. So they are real in a physical sense, and then also in the etherical, spiritual realms. And these energy centers, what they do is create harmony and order within the body, so that the spiritual and the physical are in constant alignment, and so we're manifesting and creating what thoughts are coming through. And then we're also able to liberate and allow that divinity to be embodied here on this physical plane. And it's basically an ebb and flow of energy of liberation and manifestation. And each chakra is connected to a different color, a different frequency, a different wavelength. And then it's also connected to different physical body parts and organs. And then they're also connected on the emotional and mental planes. So let's start with the first one, which is the root. It is connected to the color red. The element is earth. So when I think of the root, think of the element. I go a lot by the elements because the elements will really give us the essence of the energy. So earth is grounded. It's hard. It could be really hard. It could be centering and comforting and home, right? And that is the root chakra is all about home, tribe, patriotism, feeling connected to all, oneness. The truth is that all is one. We are connected to this whole. And the energy of it, so being grounded, structure, and it's really connected to the physical. So everything with sex, with sleep, and sex in the reproduction sense, in the animalistic, not so much the pleasure. Food, the way that we eat, how our relationship to food, how we sleep, how often we sleep, how often we don't sleep. Everything to do with the physical, and also like home, security, survival. It's our fight or flight instinct. Can be connected with anger and aggression, all physical movement, right? A lot of childhood trauma or experiences that happen in an early lifetime, that energy can block the root chakra, it blocks. It's like a traffic jam, basically. And with the root chakra, it helps to release those moments or that energy through physical movement, because for some reason it gets stored more in the physical and the muscle memory more than, let's say, the mental or emotional. So anyway, root, earth, strong, grounded, centered family tribe. And so from the root we go up to the sacral, the orange, the water, the element of water. This is where emotions begin to come about, right? This is who we start associating with. This is like going into school and getting new friends and having family friends. Emotions, we start to like realize, ooh, this feels good, this doesn't feel good. Pleasure, creativity, fun. This is where ovaries come in and testicles. So duality, right? Light and dark. And when we think of water, water can be absorbed into the earth. Water can flow. Water can freeze. Water can evaporate. It has this changing form constantly, right? And when we go with the flow, things are in line. Things are in harmony. When there are things like shame or rejection, goodness, there's so much emotion in this chakra that it can be blocked by a lot of experiences that we have with others, because this is where we start to get to know ourselves through others and intimate relationships. There's a lot of energy with the sacral chakra and our creativity and how we use that to generate different streams of income and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of again, ebb and flow. Think of the element of water, communion, right? So root is like baptism, sacral is like communion. All right, so then we go up to the solar plexus, we go into the element of fire, right? So we go from earth, grounded, to water, flowy, to transformation, fire. Solar plexus is the seat of the soul. This is where your personal will is. This is personality, this is ego, this is self-confidence. This is how you show up to the world and you're like, yes, I'm here. That's all solar plexus energy. Or it could be quite the opposite, shy, lack of self-esteem, afraid of showing up for yourself, of standing up for yourself. So the solar plexus is, again, I just watched this really cool video. It says it's the seat of the Christ. So it has a seed there to really, for us to blossom, to transform. And when you think of the element of fire, fire it destroys, it can heat up, it can warm you up so that you're nice and cozy, or it can really burn you and destroy, literally. So when I think of this energy center, it really is a transformer. So even when we eat, think of digestive system, that's all solar plexus. Any shame can really stay here. Anxiety, that when we have a gut feeling, that's all solar plexus. This is a soul aspect of us. So with the solar plexus, we're taking that earth, water, and transforming it and coming up to the heart chakra, right? So this is air. The element of air is expansive. It grows, it connects, it receives, it gives. It's embracing, it's compassionate. This is the heart, this is green, healing, sometimes connected with pink, and the rose quartz crystal is all for the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the bridge. That's how I see it. It's the bridge from the spiritual to the physical, from the physical to the spiritual. It is what allows us to be empathetic and love others and feel for others and embrace others for who they are, to accept, to forgive. If there's any grief, any rejection, if there is loss, it's typically felt in the heart. We have grown up in this a system where the feminine energy has really learned to close down the heart and afraid of giving and receiving. And now it's like, no, it's time to open that up. It's time to expand and really show up in the love that we are. And so from the heart, we go to the throat. And the throat chakra is that blue communication, also creativity, because it's connected to the ability for us to stand in our truth, in who we are, in what we came here to do, to stand up for our will, and to also surrender. And so it's really interesting because all this time, right, we're working up, and we get to create our ego and like build up our ego, and then here we get to surrender. We get to say, okay, there's a higher plan here. We get to speak things into our existence And the throat is connected to the element of sound and the element of ether. And ether is really all the consciousness that is through here, all the vibrations going through, that we're able to speak it into existence. The throat is connected to so many things. When we look at scriptures, in the beginning was the word. And with our word, we can heal, we can destroy. It's very, very, very powerful. We create through it, through that vibration. And so here we have the ability to expand and talk about our ideas and our dreams and what we want to create. And we also have the ability to do it for the opposite. That's why it's also really connected to the sacral, to the emotions, to discerning, right? What we want to speak. Am I speaking something of value? Am I adding here? Am I taking away? Am I speaking my truth? Am I keeping secrets? Because it can be blocked by lies. So having this clear really opens up to living in alignment and in harmony. And so we go from, again, earth, water, fire, air, to sound, to ether, to elements that we can no longer really see with the physical eye, but yet we know that it's there. From the throat, we go up to the third eye. And in the third eye, this is where the vision beyond, being able to step into imagination and see beyond what is here in this physical, and that spiritual connection. The element is light. Scriptures, Matthew 6:22 says, the eye is the lamp of the body. If the eye, let the eye be single, and the whole body will be filled with light. For me, that's, hey, when this is open and active, there's intuition, there are dreams, there are messages through dreams, there are visions, there's spiritual connection to the universal laws, there's knowing, right? There's wisdom, there's a connection to the solar plexus and intuition and knowing and feeling in alignment. The third eye is powerful. It's connected to the pineal gland, and unfortunately a lot of things can calcify the pineal gland, also blocking that spiritual connection. So stay away from things like fluoride, any heavy metals. There's a lot of things in the food and the water that can block this pineal gland, the organ that's connected to this third eye chakra, that can affect the spiritual connection. So get some sun, that can help. Meditation is really helpful for that energy center. Purple, indigo, so the color is violet. Indigo, violet is the crown. And meditation is great for it. And antioxidants, purple foods, breath work, you name it. Sunlight is really good for it too. That's why the element is light. So last but not least, here on that seventh one is the crown. It is above the head. Color is violet. The element is consciousness or thought. And the crown is really what they call the grace bank account. This is where ideas and thoughts are, and we bring it in through the third eye so that we can see beyond, and we speak it through the throat, and we expand it through the heart. We live it and we do it through the solar plexus. We share it. We get creative through the sacral. We also generate through the sacral. We get passionate through the sacral, and then we manifest it here on this physical realm through the root. So again, the chakras are ebb and flow of energy where we're liberating and manifesting. All right, and so that's pretty much what is coming through today for the chakras. Like I said, it's an everlasting journey of learning and expanding and experiencing. That's the best way to learn about the chakras, is to experience them. Just know that your unconscious is always going to be showing you what to work on so that you're in harmony, and yeah, you're always in harmony. There's never not a time yet. Feeling it and manifesting the results that you want. That's how you know that you're in harmony with your highest and greatest good. Another thing for throat and for third eye, prayer. So prayer, meditation. So we listen. Listen, that's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So listening is key, because we constantly pray. Let's take the time to listen to those answers, so that we can manifest. All right, that is today's message regarding the chakras. Again, if you have any questions or comments, or if this resonates, if you have found any cool and interesting things regarding the chakras, I'd love to know about it. All right, thanks. Namaste.